And she showed up and she performed. It was incredible.
Well, there she is, having a look down the line and into that first snap. That wave is beginning to stand up for her a little bit more. Just a couple S turns to negotiate that section and it will die out. 9th place results up until the final event at Rottnest, where this woman made it into the quarterfinals of the final WCT event that we got to witness out at Rottnest Island in Australia.
Well, you can see she took off on a little bit smaller of a wave, and you know, some of the smaller waves have a little more open face.
As we see a paddle out the back, keeping our eyes on the lineup. Under second priority, Amuro Tsuzuki on her backhand. Nice snap to start off with, and now looking for a more critical section. She's going to make her way around into the open face once again. Connects with the lip and rides out with a lot of control on the inside. Now on the outside, taking it off.
Actually, I was super nervous, but I got to just one turn and then I got 5 points. I was super happy. Yeah, and then I'm super excited to Olympics in Japan. So I'm going to definitely qualify Olympics.
Now, let's talk about Japan. I know your home country has been in preparations now for almost 2 years, ready for the Olympics. What's the excitement level like? What are you hearing from friends and family about the upcoming Tokyo Olympics?
Last year they have no contest, so I was practice Olympic areas so much, and then yeah, anyway, I'm super excited, and then I just want to say happy to win.
Well, either way.
Up at on the WSL, performing so well. So we see yellow up and riding.
Shino Matsuda, great opening snap. Just one turn, well, maybe a little bit more. All right, she's going to kick out the back.
Last of red locking in, but let's first look at Shino's wave. She gouges that turn right there. One turn, but it was a solid turn. Judges are still kind of.
For you, how were you feeling before going out into the water?
Before the heat, now it's high tide and the condition is pretty hot, but I'm so happy as I could catch the good wave.
Yeah, and those were very important waves. Now, from the beach, the waves look very big. It looks like it got a little bit bigger. How does it feel in the water?
Before I surfed Sunzal, so little tired, but yeah, it was good.
Well, we're going to let you go get rested up. Any words for family and friends watching back in Nippon?
まだファイナルまでは数があるんですけど、一つ一つ勝ち上がって頑張ります。
Too much projection forward for his body. His board wanted to keep going straight, but this carve. Ryan Callinan, smart, stays at the bottom, doesn't try and fit a second maneuver before blasting that inside section. Carve, open, clean, eyeing what he's going to hit. Left arm, you can see how as he bottom turns, he gently caresses the surface of the water in order to position himself and pivot that surfboard up through the lip. So really nice surfing from him. He already has 2 waves.
So we thank them for joining us here in El Salvador Surf City. welcoming the world's best for a week-long surf extravaganza. Here's one of them, Ryan Callinan.
It looks like a wedge. The right just kind of fizzled off and focused its energy in the opposite direction. Ryan, I was hoping he would go to the air, and as he pushes, he hits a little wobble of backwash coming towards the wave. You can see his back foot where it's positioned way back on the pad. Edge of his foot most likely touching where the tail pad ends. Low to the surfboard, redirect, fins working really well for him. So we talked about how good this board worked when he was holding it under his arm. Looks even better when he's standing on it. As he pushes, just loses his balance a little bit, slowing down the board and up. Cold water on the wax to harden the wax up as we see the man up and riding.
Leonardo Fioravanti now. Love the style, love the flow, love the power. There you see, perfectly placed on a tough wave to read. Can he ride out all the water falling around him, trying everything the ocean could do?
Important this competition is. Wave number 2 is going to be very, very strong for the Italian stallion. A lot of chop, a lot of wobble. He did the right thing. He opted to paddle out with a round pin surfboard. That is helping him engage that rail when he comes off the bottom. You can see how he fades a little bit left to go right, opens up, does it again, but a little bit more power, a little bit more spray. And now connects with that inside section, holding on, putting a little bit of weight on that.
To play, there is so much on the line. Of course, Japan having the honor of hosting the Olympics, hosting surfing for the first time ever, and there's a lot on the line for Team Japan.
Yeah, and I know that they are so proud to be hosting the first time surfing's been in the Olympics. And last year, or 2019, when we were in Miyazaki, the surf fans there are incredible. They were flooding the beaches. There were people everywhere. They were such dedicated surf fans. And that man right there on screen, he's basically like the Justin Bieber of Japan. He is so famous in Japan, and they just love him over there. And it's cool to have him representing, and he's such a great cheerleader for the team. They have a great coaching. They have a great coaching team behind them. Lots of strategy. They're always taking really good care of their athletes. So,
how do you think Kanoa is handling that leadership role that's been thrust upon him by Team Japan?
I think he thrives in it. I mean, from what I've seen, he's such an amazing athlete, but he's so passionate about surfing.